This is Shelton Benjamin.
This is Harley Race.
This is Mick Foley.
This is Mr. Wonderful Paul Orndorff.
This is the Monster Abyss.
This is Daniel Bryan.
This is JBL, and you're watching the MWF.
Be there live.
Wrestling fans from around the corner, around the world, welcome to another installment of Wrestling Insiders. I'm Dan Marotti here just north of Boston at MWF Studios in Melrose, Massachusetts. In this installment, we're going to take a look at the scandal involving Hulk Hogan, Terry Bollea, that broke late last week when he severed ties with WWE after recent comments that came to light from the now infamous Hulk Hogan sex tape that itself is subject of a $100 million lawsuit. Hogan has been removed from all aspects of WWE.com. His Hall of Fame biography has been removed, even merchandise available for purchase. So many fans right now are going for the guilty and the not guilty, and there really isn't much to argue right now, as Hulk Hogan hasn't even denied it. The comments were made during a very difficult time in his life. If you haven't read his 2009 autobiography, it's certainly a great read. I certainly disagreed with the initial rash of hate that went way overboard, in my opinion. It's as if every good deed the man has ever done, including the countless amounts of charity work, never existed. I know I wouldn't want to be judged on one of the worst things I ever did during one of the worst periods of my life, and I would gather that most fans throwing stones at Hogan wouldn't want to be judged that way either or remembered that way either. On the flip side of the coin, at this very moment, you have fans sending so much love out his way, and there's nothing wrong with sending out love, but those that proclaim to be the experts on Hulk Hogan because they've seen pictures of him on Twitter posing with African-American fans at paid appearances. That doesn't exactly make the man a civil rights leader either. I know I'd like to be able to say that the comments that I read might have been taken out of context. I don't believe that to be the case. Others have alluded to the fact that there's even more on some of these sex tapes that haven't even been released yet. That's very disappointing, and I think it's only going to make things worse before it gets things. Superhero played by Terry Bollea. Is that man capable of being an imperfect human being? Absolutely. Could he be truly very sorry for comments that were made on an illegal tape during a very difficult period of his life? That's also very possible, too. Insiders in wrestling locker rooms have portrayed Hogan in all sorts of different lights over the year, from being genuine to being a master manipulator only out to hurt careers. I've heard many, many secondhand stories from the various athletes and office officials I've engaged with for the past 20-plus years. I've had 3 personal interactions with Hogan over the years, and I'd like to make my own opinion based off of that. And again, that's not to take away from anything that has been said, anything that may come to light in the future from these sex tapes that apparently haven't been released yet. But I first met Hogan at a WCW Nitro in Boston. I think it was September of '98 because it was on my birthday when they were in the middle of that Hogan and Ultimate Warrior feud. Very nice guy. And then the past 2 years, in 2013, we worked with TNA during their fan fest they had the night before the Slammiversary pay-per-view. TNA didn't have anyone to help print the photos for all of the VIP ticket holders that paid, I think it was $1.75 to be able to get Hogan's autograph and get a photo with him. So I sat with Hogan and his wife and his daughter for, must have went about 4 hours. And he was great to those fans that waited to get their autograph from him, their picture with him, and he was great for some of the charity work that we have done here in the MWF. So I send a personal thank you. If you're the type that wants to look for some sort of deception, you could also say that this was a paid appearance. He was paid to be there. He was supposed to be nice to all those fans, and that's fine if you want to look at it that way. I can understand that, especially this being the professional wrestling industry. But let me throw this one at you. June of 2014. I can't even call this an appearance because it was 2 appearances in 2 different places where Hulk Hogan met with 1,600 fans in Somerville, Massachusetts, then rode up 93 north to Tewksbury, Massachusetts, where he met almost 1,300 more fans. He did it out of friendship for his friend Pat Catino that owns gyms in Somerville and Tewksbury, another quality human being. Hulk Hogan wasn't paid 10 cents to do this. Hulk Hogan signed almost 3,000 autographs that day. He met with fans whether they were white, black, yellow, blue, green from the United States, or if they were from Mars. And he did it with a smile. He was happy to be able to extend this friendship, to fly up from his home in Florida for the day. That was class, and I remember making the comment at the time, You hear this and that throughout the laurels of professional wrestling, but after what I witnessed firsthand from that man, I felt he was one of the classiest wrestlers I'd ever seen interact with the fans. And again, this just wasn't a paid appearance. He was doing this for free out of the kindness out of his own heart. So you know what? Do the comments make Hulk Hogan look very good? No. Are they ever going to make Hulk Hogan look very good? No. But if he's truly sorry, does he deserve to be forgiven? Does he deserve a chance to try and make a wrong right? I certainly think he does. I can only go by my observations made about that man the 3 different days in my life I've been around him. And believe me, this just wasn't a hello. These were lengthy interactions with him. So I hope you'll keep Hulk Hogan in your mind with an open mind, as I think everyone deserves that, whether they played a superhero on television or if it's a homeless man sitting on the street. I think we all deserve a little bit more than that in life. That's my thoughts here. I'm not going to ramble too much. It's certainly going to be one of the more hotly debated topics of 2015, especially in professional wrestling. But we send our best to Hulk Hogan. Hopefully he can make a wrong a right and be able to do what he loves best, and that is be part of the king of sports, professional wrestling. Fans, keep in mind that you are our tag team partners in keeping Boston Wrestling rolling and continuing to bring you a wide variety of free, great online content with our action-packed Millennium Wrestling Federation live events featuring the superstars and legends of yesterday, today, and tomorrow. Time for Talking is done as our Support Indie Wrestling, WrestleThon, Indiegogo campaign, and Mega Raffle are both online now through Monday night, August the 24th. You can win huge prizes and rewards while helping us produce our next MWF live event, as well as finishing our Tony Atlas Studio Shoot Interview documentary DVD. Doesn't get a whole lot better than that, folks. We're not looking for a handout. We've got some big-time perks for wrestling fans generous enough to help with our costs, giving you a chance to be the booker or be the promoter, to say the very least. Boston Wrestling is a giant umbrella of live event media platform presentations to fans across the globe to be able to enjoy them at no costs. And our MWF live wrestling events are ready to heat up the northern part of the U.S. all over again. If you're seeing this video after our summer 2015 cutoff dates, remember, you can still help with a donation at any time using PayPal with the bw@bostonwrestling.com email address to help with our continued productions in 2016 and beyond. WWE Network is heating up in August with SummerSlam August the 23rd. In Brooklyn, New York, The Undertaker faces Brock Lesnar for the first time since the streak ended at WrestleMania 30. If you're a new subscriber that hasn't taken advantage of your free WWE Network month yet, use the links below and start enjoying WWE tonight. You can also help us out by doing your shopping on Amazon.com and WWEshop.com using our links below. No matter what you buy, even non-wrestling items over on Amazon, we get a small kickback for leading you their way, and it does not increase your purchase total 1 cent. It's a great way to help us out while you do your regular shopping, and it allows us to bring you even more great content. We'd also be happy if you joined us by subscribing for free to our YouTube channel. Starting to close in on 800 free videos for your viewing pleasure. If you enjoy what you see, share it with friends, and click the like button on YouTube so it'll showcase our giant library to more and more professional wrestling fans.
The scream's getting loud, give it all to